All right, so after 6 years of running with my PeakDesign version 1 bag, I've finally managed to upgrade and get the version 2 over here. And this thing has been my all-time favorite bag. I really didn't want to upgrade. I actually had to get a warranty upgrade because I've had a few issues with it I'll talk about in a second. But this thing has been around the world with me over the last 6 years. It's been on 4 continents. I've traveled for a year and a half straight across Europe and Asia. This thing came with me. It's an absolute workhorse. It's survived many trips in the mountains, walking on highways, cities, probably about 50 plus plane rides. I love it. I love it. I still use it. And I'm going to continue to use it, even though I've got the upgraded version 2, that's a 30 litre. This is the version 1, that's a 20 litre. I was actually one of the first to get it in the Kickstarter campaign back in 2016, I think it was, 2015. I picked it up for 300 Aussie dollars. And honestly, back then people were saying, why on earth would you spend so much money on a bag? And I told them, if you want something, you got to be willing to pay for it. You know, if you don't, what's the old adage? It's like you pay for what you get, and I definitely paid for got what I paid for. This thing's lasted me 6 years. I actually did a warranty claim, so I got this one sent to me recently. I had to pay a little bit extra to get the 30 litre version, but I'm so happy. I'm gonna keep this going. The challenges that I had with it towards the end were, and what sort of tipped me over the edge was the actual strap, this strap, but up here, just broke. Simple fix, or I'm just gonna get like a clip or something like that and replace it. This also started fading away. I don't know if you guys can see that, just the sheer amount of usage. But other than that, this bag still works, the magnets still hold enough, and you can just get it remagnetized. It's absolutely thrashed. You know, I really didn't take care of this bag. I just put it through its paces. As you can see here, I've just the shelving, it's all over the joint. The Velcro straps still hold. I continuously modify it. I've got the straps in my cupboard somewhere, the other straps, or the other shelves, sorry, I should say. Yeah, but this thing lasted ages, and it's going to continue to last ages. I reckon it'll last another 3-4 years before something meaningful decides to just stop working. But yeah, till this day, it's freaking awesome. The build quality on this thing is amazing. I love it. I have never, liked a product this much. So good on you, PeakDesign. I was actually traveling once in Europe, and I was wearing this bag, and I think it was 2017. And I can't remember who it was. It was like the head of product at PeakDesign saw me and was like, hey, nice bag. And I told him how much I loved it. He opened his one, gave me a couple of stickers. So it was just nice to sort of interact with the designers. There's been a lot of love put into these. So I'm a big PeakDesign fan, or a fanboy, I should say. I've got about 3 or 4 other bags of theirs, the duffel, etc. But time to retire that and replace it with this bad boy. The first thing I did notice was that the packaging that it came in, I'm a little bit disappointed because it isn't the same packaging as last time. The version 1 got delivered in some really nice paper packaging. It was like a cement bag sort of thing, right? And at the top of it, you just rip it and it just nicely opens up and you pull the bag out. A little bit more eco. This is like some plastic bag. Not very aligned to their policy of being eco-friendly, and now there's another single-use plastic in the world. So a little bit disappointed by that. But on first inspection, you can tell this is a PeakDesign bag. Very nice. The quality, similar to the version 1. I think they changed the material a little bit. Definitely waterproof. that thing, my version 1 got rained on like no tomorrow, was on boats with me, never, like the entire contents, never got wet. But for the version 3, it looks great. On first inspection, you can tell that like typical PeakDesign, they've put magnets everywhere. Even these straps are held down by magnets. For some reason, I thought that this like clamp thing here, and I use this a lot when I'm walking and hiking, and I just clamp it across to give me a bit of extra support. Someone told me that this was going to be plastic, and I was really pissed by that. I was like, I love the aluminium that they use, or aluminum, whatever you guys want to call it. But it is, so I'm really happy about that. The magnets are there. The actual luggage strap as well, you know how you put your bag on the luggage, that's also magnetized, so that's pretty cool. This section here looks a little bit different. Like they've sort of simplified it a little bit. I sort of like the over-engineered aspect of this. It feels like it's like, look at that, 6 years, tons of use, and if I just wipe this down a little bit, it would look like it was out of the factory. It's just solid. I don't know how this is gonna hold up over the years. Like, I'm hoping this will last me another 6 years, this bag, 10 years or however long. Yeah, it just doesn't look as sturdy as the version 1, but you know, let's see what happens. I trust the guys at PeakDesign, and I trust they make good decisions. So yeah, on inspection looks good. It looks like it's similar material here that ripped last time over there, so we'll see if that happens after a couple of years of wearing this, and I'll check back in with you guys. Bit of a change here with this strap. They've added some like brown leather, and I've like picked this up twice. I did open it before a couple of days ago. I haven't used it yet properly, and it's already scratched a bit here. This is gonna get wrecked over the years. So I'm not actually excited about this brown bit there. I love the seatbelt material that they use, and I just wouldn't mind having that exposed. It just feels a bit more rugged. But I do like how they've pulled it down a little bit, because this one over here, it's really like high, you know, and it did stretch a tiny bit over the years, but it's still solid. So let's see how that holds up. You got like the compartment back here where you can put your AirPods, etc., loose items, keys. I used to use that for just tons. I threw everything in here. Camera batteries, GoPro sometimes. But it looks like they've added a few compartments there. I don't know if you guys can see that. You've got another compartment here for your tablet, and then you've got a massive section there for your laptop. And I've got my biggest laptop is a 15.6 inch for work, and I've got a 14-inch MacBook for my personal life. So that will, I think this holds up to 17-inch laptop, so there'll be no problem with that. The biggest issue I had in terms of the size, right, and the reason why I've got 30 liters is because this thing, even though it's smaller, it's more nimble, it just, like, whenever I went on holidays, it would just get really full. You know, if I put my drone in there, if I put my camera in there, my laptop, my tablet, for a trip, and then I want to put my headphones in, and then I want to put my little folder for my passport, etc. That's all it can take. You know, that's it. I couldn't even put a jacket in there or a jumper or anything like that. It would just be full. I'd have to use these straps here and like stuff my jumper through there and just hold it from the outside. And if you don't do it properly, the jumper can like slip out, etc. Yeah, there's like iron bits there just stuck to the magnet. It's awesome. Loved it. Yeah, so I decided to go for the 30 liter. A, because I need more space, and B, because I'm not going to get rid of that other 20 liter. I'm just going to keep using it. So let's see how it goes. It is a lot bigger, and they've made a few changes here to the mechanism for the clamp. It feels a little bit more solid. The flap feels nicer as well. That also definitely feels a lot more solid. and there's just a ton of room in here. Yeah, they've actually changed this side pocket thing, and I'm glad they did, because if you have a look at the old one, yeah, it is nice, like it looks good, but I never used it. Like maybe twice I used it over 6 years. Barely ever used it, because you put stuff in there, you just forget. You know, in the heat of the moment, it's like, which side is it on? All that sort of stuff. You're gonna flip the bag around, check one side, it's like not on that side, you gotta close it up, flip it around the other side. This is, you know, you can have it here, it's open, you don't need to unzip the whole thing, it's just there. So let's see how that goes. And it's got little compartments in there. It's also got the straps, and check this out, right? So these are now plastic, right? The V1, aluminium. Why would you make it into plastic? I have no idea. Is it cost cutting? I don't know. The metal just makes it feel so much more premium. I mean, you're spending, I mean, the V3 is over $500. They've also added some like weird flap thing here, which doesn't allow it to fully open. I'm really not a fan of that. I'm definitely not going to cut it. Like with other products, I'll just modify it, but this thing is so expensive, and I'm sure there's like a design reason for that. Probably to not allow water to come in. But yeah, that's a bit odd. So it's not perfect. I'm looking forward to giving it a hit and taking it around the world with me a few times. But yeah, it's got the quintessential PeakDesign clips. So yeah, that's the V3 for you guys. As always, PeakDesign have done it again. If you were to ask me if I had a choice to get another V1, or at least get the V1 in 30 liters, I'd probably pick the V1 in 30 liters as like an old school user of PeakDesign bags, everyday backpacks. I don't know. I just love my V1 design. Yeah. Look at that. They replaced this bit here. They must have got tons of warranty requests, because this main compartment strap is no longer one of these. This probably like erodes, or a lot of erodes. Upon use over years and years, this probably disintegrates faster than this thing here. So yeah, they've learnt their lesson, it looks like. And I'm sure they've put a lot of thought into all the other design decisions and changes and everything like that. But if you're gonna ask me if I'd get another bag, if it would be a V1 or V2, it will definitely be a V1. I'm old school, I guess. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. And if you haven't checked out my V1 unboxing I did 6 years ago, I'll link it somehow so you guys can check it out. But I felt like I had to do another YouTube video for this one 6 years later. And maybe my next video will be in another 6 years when I get the V3 or V4 or whatever it is. So thanks for watching, and catch you guys later.